and we'll go straight into the business of the day, where we intend to engage with Ibrahim Makwanjuola. He is the convener, Tour Operators Conference and Expo 2025. So one more time, good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome.
And thank you for having me today. Thank you so much.
Amazing. So, how many weeks do we have now to go to the confab, and is there any new developments that we need to know about?
Okay, so basically we have 12 days, not even weeks now. We are not counting weeks again.
Oh wow, that's less than 2 weeks.
Yes,
less than 2 weeks. And we have 12 days. And about new development, so basically it's still what we've been here before to discuss. We're talking about our operators, but we're still calling on all key stakeholders in the tourism industry in Nigeria to come join us. The reason we're picking tour operator is basically because I also am a tour operator, and I always say that when I started as a tour operator, there are so many challenges I faced, and I wish this platform, I know it's not even I wish, I know it's just going to take a little time. This platform is going to bridge some gap for people that are coming into the industry, and also for people that are inside the industry already, to learn some things, some things that you should have learned within 2 years. Coming for toys is going to be a platform that will help you understand it better within few days. So about the new development, there is nothing new now. It's still same thing that we've discussed about, having our panel section, having our exhibition, having also our workshop, which is one unique aspect of this particular program. The workshop is something that we are doing. It's not just going to be talk.
Okay,
It's going to be something practical, which will be providing the all for people to come learn about how to price your tour, how to use social media as a tour operator. And after that particular workshop, we'll be having a test. Everyone will be doing it on their phone over there.
Okay.
It's going to be something that we just
like they practicalize what they just learned.
Absolutely. And from there, if you have a particular mark, an average mark, you'll be getting a certificate down there also on your phone. You download your certificate, which
That's encouraging.
Which is one of the unique selling part of this particular conference.
Yeah, I must say that the idea behind that is we're very particular. So we have a subtle bias for young people, and we know that professional development is a major gap when it comes to young people in recent times. So the idea behind that is to say, aside, if we say do it online, there are too many distractions. If we say come into the room and learn, you learn and then you go home. But in this case, we're saying come learn from facilitators that are from the West African Tourism Organization.
Oh, good.
So it's not just, that's something you definitely want to put on your portfolio as a tour operator, as a tourism stakeholder, right? So that platform is very practical. We're taking the test right there in the room. You're downloading your certificate right there in the room. In fact, if you post your certificate immediately, chances are that you win a gift from us right there from the social media team as well.
Absolutely.
So we know the things that the young
These
people
incentives
like.
are plenty. Why am I not a tour operator?
Right? But then you're a stakeholder in the tourism space. You talk about tourism and creativity around Nigeria. So yes, you should attend. I'm sure that you find linkages as it applies. As to what has happened, what has happened, we've been to Ghana.
Okay.
The last time we came, we did mention that we had a partnership with the Inter-Tourism Expo in Ghana, and that event happened in the last week of October. Fantastic experience, I must say. We've been to Ghana. We met a lot of stakeholders from across of Africa.
Were you mistaken for a Ghanaian?
Oh yes, because I even went as far as dressing like them. So I had the kente fabric, and it was more of immersion, cultural immersion on my part. But a lot of times people were speaking the local language. I'm like, no, I'm Nigerian. I'm like, no, So yes, fantastic event, I must say. We've met a lot of stakeholders from across of Africa, and the future is really good.
That's good.
For the conference, I must say. Good. The future is really good.
Well, I'm still going to give you a chance to just encourage, tour operators to come for that conference. But we just, I heard a little bird told me that you were in Singapore recently. So can you tell us a bit about Singapore? Are there any similarities? Did you find any similarities between Singapore and Nigeria? And let's just know.
Okay, so similarities
or differences.
Okay, so one thing I get to understand when I went to Singapore was that Singapore was absolutely a small country, not even up to Lagos. It's not as big as Lagos, and 60% of Singaporeans are Chinese. They are not even. It's not like there's. So it's more like the way Singapore was built was more like Chinese people were the one that built, or from scratch. And Singapore is a very beautiful country.
It is.
I've been to a lot of. I've been to like at least over 10 countries.
Yeah.
And I can beat my chest that that's the most beautiful country I've been to. I've been to Dubai. I've been to Qatar. But for Singapore, the only thing I noticed was just that the standard of living there is high. I met with a colleague that we've been chatting online. He's a tour guide. He's a tour guide within Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, and one other country. And when we were talking, that was the first time we were meeting, and because we always talk online. And when we came with his girlfriend, and we were talking, and he was like, "Am I married?" I said, "Yes, I'm married." He was like, "Wow." It was like, wow. And I was now asking him, why are you guys not married? He said, I'm married, yeah. He said, over here. He said, over here. And that's the sincere truth. I think most of their youth don't want to get married because the standard of living when they are married is very high.
Wow.
What they pay to the government, things they do. In fact, when you now have kids, what they pay to the government and the rest, they run away from it. The girlfriend was telling me like, it's not like the way you guys are in your country. That's over here. There's so many things that a small kiosk that we get here that they pay like 25,000 USD per year for it. I was like 25,000. Wow. I said, even inside the Koidumota, like one of the major, even inside Lekki.
You have to go there.
Even inside Lekki, I can't get that such price. So these are some of the things that, and the only issue I had, because I took some of my clients there as a tour operator, was the food. Fine, Singapore is a country that any cuisine, particularly that you want, you get there, but not cuisine like that of Africa. To get African food is... So most of them have to, we need to just find we eat chicken and chips, eat whatever the hotel is serving as breakfast. But trust me now, we went to Chinese restaurants, eat a lot of their noodles and the rest. That's what we can eat. So, but it was a beautiful experience.
Amazing. I'm looking forward to Nigeria being one of those destinations actually where people will desire to come to and will live and say, I haven't been to a country this beautiful. I haven't experienced, food this, this tasty, this amazing. So I believe that the challenge in your hands, as tour operators, is to be able to market Nigeria to such a degree that people are falling over themselves to just come to Nigeria.
So for this,
before Ibrahim answered that question, in fact, it's like you took the words out of me because I was listening to him quietly, and of course, you didn't mention the little bird. You'd have seen this bird.
Okay, I thought he knows the bird.
but honestly, the truth is, look at this young couple. Not just only in Singapore. Across Asia, the standard is so high. In fact, even in China.
Wow.
So, and if find out the Chinese that are here, in fact, they literally have just taken over. In Ikeja, most of the hotels now are run by the Chinese. They go to Anambra, where of course, they have a university. Of course, in partnership with Anambra State University, they teach Chinese. Pick up our young persons, and of course, they're the one that do the interpretations and all those. But it has really not been put together as a market so that they can come in here, get married. It's cheaper to get married in Nigeria. It's cheaper to survive in Nigeria. And of course, I tell you, just like Ibrahim has said, standard of living is a question of economic factors. And so your 25 USD, imagine having an economy. You're very rich.
You are a rich
of
man.
course, you not even live in the mainland. Of course, mainland is the place where everybody wants to live. But even in Nigeria, in estate management, they tell you they're also, creating, housing for young couples who actually starting off quietly. So Nigeria has just that we've not been able to put it together. And for them, like you said, I believe that the honors of some of them now, and I believe this conference should do that to change that story. Not just Ghana. You go to Ghana, you go to Benin, and all of us run around. We like, of course, Nigeria's are very adventurous. I agree. But we should bring this thing back home.
Yes.
Do you know you can remain? I was in Oyo 2 days ago. Okay, that's another experience, and of course got a place. I think. Report to local government or somewhere. Okay, I'm not been to that local government in Oyo. I always pride myself from knowing Nigeria very well. But every day is an eye opener. The roads are bad, but it's a resort, a luxury resort. Believe me, it's something I've not heard about your state, you know. And I have to drive through. It was like endless hours in the night. Okay, but it was something. Once you know, and when you get into a resort, okay, everything you just forget. You just forget the stress. Forget the stress and everything.
They close you up from the outside world.
And you know, it was. I say right here. You know, I mean, in that place, you know, your state.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to do a repeat. The roads are bad, you know, but I think the governor is trying to fix that. And that's one of those things that the governor, somebody said, I think it's Governor Lagos said that the governor has so much money in their hands. Yeah. But these days, they only use it to break houses and all those. They should go and construct good roads.
Good roads.
Okay. Look, people want to move out into the hinterland.
Exactly.
Okay. That resort employs young persons, provide them, you know, opportunities. Even they have a farm of his own.
Yeah.
So they don't buy fruit from us. Whatever you eat is within the farm. Locally grown. So these are things I'm sure the Singaporeans, of course, you know, the Chinese all over the place, even in Taiwan, they want to take over. But that's another thing, diplomatic issue. But the truth is, people want to move into places where they can make sure they can, you know, understand.
Absolutely.
And of course, our banking system is even okay today.
Yes.
Because we have already moved on. So you can transact business or transfer their money back home without any hindrance. Yeah. So I challenge this young boy and young lady, you know, because they're still very young, you know, they like moving out. But the truth is, we hold the ace here.
No, absolutely.
You know, you have to just sell Nigeria.
Absolutely.
I know it may be difficult at first, 1-2 people coming in, but believe me, the moment it goes out, you have so much traffic on your hands, you will not be able to cope with. You know, but that's why we're praying that government also meet up the social factor, that social contract of protecting Nigerians is very important. You know, we don't want to live in denial. You know, on this bit, we don't want to talk much about it because every country has got challenges, security, but we need to do the basics, you know, that you can move around, okay, without being afraid, okay? And even in that place I went to, there are policemen on the road.
On the road,
okay, and they say, "Oh God,
we're here for you, sir.
We're here for you," and you know, so that's very reassuring. You know, so young persons like her. So when you can bring your Ghanaian friends here, bring your Togolese friends, the Benin friends, and let me tell you, everybody wants to be a Nigerian. Everybody wants to come to Nigeria. So it's not a challenge for Ibrahim now with this conference to do Nigeria.
Yes, the truth is, I think the major factor is, so yes, there's a bit of insecurity that I would not like to dwell on so much on air, but there's also the problem of having to build trust. On our own end, we're doing that a lot, especially with young people, to say, oh, Nigeria is a beautiful country. I mean, we've explored a lot of Nigeria. We have lived experiences, not experiences that we've seen. I mean, I've seen almost 30 states in Nigeria. Here I've seen virtually all, maybe 1 or 2. There are people within our community of young travelers that have seen all of it multiple times. So we're doing our bit to encourage people, but building the trust. You know, when you Google Nigeria as an outsider, if you're coming to Nigeria, what you want to do is Google Nigeria, right? And then what is this not exactly interesting? That's why we're saying let's come and talk about these things more.
And change the narrative.
Change the narrative, exactly.
Very important.
Yes.
I want to thank you both for coming on the show this morning. I wish we had more time.
Thank you very much for having us.
Because
so
Nigeria is so beautiful, so rich, so, I mean... there is just something about the spirit of Nigeria and the spirit of the Nigerian worldwide, globally. I mean, it's something I carry with pride, and I expect, of course, that you also carry it with pride.
With a lot of pride. With a lot of pride.
I can't wait for the next 12 days to come so that toys can happen, and then we'll be back here to report about it, and, you know, to also tick, you know, the boxes of the gains of that kind of
KPIs. We're going to come here and talk about the KPIs. Did we meet them?
Exactly.
What are the outstanding points that we have to make? We'll probably do a communique and then publish it.
Thank you. We will look forward to that.
Another thing I want to, is something we're clamoring for.
Yeah.
The Nigerian immigration. Because when I went to Singapore, I went to 4 countries: Singapore, Qatar, Kenya, Rwanda. And when I was in Kenya, we met me and one of my partner that went, that's Tola ATG. We met someone at the mall in Kenya. He's from the US, he's a black. So this guy approached us, "Are you guys Nigerian?" Without we saying anything, just because of the way we addressed it, was like, "You guys are Nigerian." We're like, we are Nigerian, yes. And at the end, what I got to understand from him, he's been trying to process his Nigerian visa. He has not been able to get it.
That's another thing.
He said, Nigeria is one of the countries that he has been looking forward to visit.
Okay.
He has had a lot of things about it.
We're going to get to the immigration. That has been an issue. But again, other countries, we have traveled. Okay?
Absolutely, yes.
Other countries,
Absolutely,
we may have it easy because there's a process. But every other country today, look at what's happening all over the world. No, the borders have been, not shut. And of course, what we're looking at, look, if the world must go around, then we need to do what? We need to open up the borders.
Yeah.
But you are very careful because a lot of things are going on.
Absolutely.
So every country actually is, of course, Nigeria is before now. We're going to try, and I think they're trying to open up the. But you have to be 200 million. 200 million.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of people.
There are lots of factors that are coming here because we're very open and hospitable, and we can be taking advantage
for granted. Yeah,
absolutely.
So to wrap it up, we'd like to emphasize that even though attending the conference is free, registration is very, very compulsory.
Very important.
So how do they
register? Lagosians to register. They should just go to www.choiceexpo.com.
Toys is TOICE.
Yes. TOICEXPO.com. So we need people to register and not just show up at our desk. Registration helps us plan better for more people. So please register, and then we look forward to seeing you on 25th November.
I want to say a very big thank you. You should be on radio. Your voice is a radio voice.
Oh, really?
I'm just telling you.
I've been on radio a couple of times. Started my career in media and production.
Look at that. So we will definitely have this conversation after the next 12 days, and I wish you well. I wish you well with that confab, and we'll be back after this break.
Thank you.